Welcome back to part 3 of my switching from Intel to Apple Silicon with the help of Sonnet and this Echo Express SE1, which used to belong to a friend of mine, but after we started digging around and found on their website that he could fit his Mac Studio into a rack mount case, and with the Echo 3, which can fit in the same case, he can run his MIDI and still have an extra card that he can run some NVMe SSDs. So he decided to upgrade, and now I have his Echo Express SE1. So this is all very exciting. What we have here, a user guide. It's really nice to see a printed user guide. I'll give this a good read through before I actually connect anything. And inside the box we have a Thunderbolt cable. Looks like a very nice high quality one. Now I'm going to be using a much longer one because the laptop is quite far away from where the SE1 is going to end up. Oh, and we also have one of these locking devices. Hopefully that will work with my cable that I'm going to use. And let's get the actual box out itself. And there's a power supply and foot. And the power supply looks pretty chunky. It's nice to see. Okay. So all looks really nice and solid. There's a fan here, which I might have to consider unplugging, because I don't think my RME gets that hot anyway. So let's get her apart. That was nice and easy. Very well built. Very tidy inside. And there you can see the Thunderbolt card, which actually has an extra port on there. I'm sure that's going to come in handy. Yeah, very well put together, nice and simple. And there you can see the spare expansion slot. So this fan, I'm going to use it initially to make sure everything works fine, and then I might take some temperature readings and see if we can disconnect that fan. Wow, look at that. Now that looks amazing. And yeah, they're good, handy to have that port. I don't know why RME don't make a product like this anyway. They always have too many bells and whistles and all their stuff. So this is quite amazing. So let's get some power. And I need to connect to the computer, so I'll just disconnect my USB 3 hub for the moment. Plug this into the Thunderbolt. Okay, I'll switch it on. So that's a good sign. My Mac has asked if it can use this device, which means it's seen something. And the RME total mix and system settings have automatically booted up, which is pretty much a guarantee that it's can see everything. And there's total mix. So yeah, I pre-installed the drivers before I tried this. So I'm not even going to check the system preference and see if it's there. Let's just load up Pro Tools, and we'll just see if it can see the RayDat. Oh, it's looking for the iLock. So Yep. Luckily that extra port come in handy straight away. I can just plug this hub straight in and it should see the eye lock. Okay, Pro Tools is booting up. Okay, we'll just create a blank session. And we'll go and just see if Pro Tools can see the RayDat. Which it can. Okay, that's amazing. Just works straight out the box. Happy days. And I'll just show you what I've got connected at the moment. There's the Thunderbolt on the left going to the computer, and this one is going to the hub, so I can see the eye locks. I'm so glad I put those Toslink connectors in the RayDat now, and just so I can show you. There we go. RayDat as the input, and hopefully we can go down to 32 sample. Yep, 32 samples. This is what we want to see. So my next problem is actually connecting it all up. So at the moment all the ADAT cables and stuff go down right to the back of the computer there. So luckily I had enough extra length that I could just pull them out a little bit more, so the Echo Express can just sit on top of this amplifier here. Quite a few connections, as you can see, and at the moment that extra port saved the day. And there you can see we have clocks all round, and my converters, that has all its clocks, and the Eventide is even clocked as well via the AES connector on the RME. So everything's working correct. Let's give it a spin. So it's hard to believe I'm going to be running my studio off this laptop, and you can see I've got two screens on the go, as well as decibels showing on the iPad here. And crazy to think there's one cable coming down to the SE1, which has got all my ADAT connections and AES and SPDIF, etc., going to my converter box. And I have a song loaded here written by a friend of mine. I'll leave a link down in the description. Here you can see certain tracks are coming in and out of the computer to be processed through the analog equipment.